This is the best looking auction crowd that I have seen all day. There's your warning about the quality of today's jokes. We're going to go through the rules and regulations of the sale before we start. I'm guessing that most of you have never been to one of these sales before. You have no idea what you're doing. We're going to go through the rules and regulations before we start so that you have a little bit better grasp on the situation here today. For the most part, you have to have a valid photo ID in order to bid today and be registered prior to the sale. I know that there's a person or two in the room that didn't have a photo ID. We'll work on that with you. Generally speaking, you have to be able to prove who you are or are not in order to bid today. When you're bidding today, you are accepting the rules of the sale. We hid the rules in the book right there where it says rules and regulations. So make yourself familiar with those while you're waiting for your property to come along. We're going to be talking about some of the rules in this book before we get to the sale itself. But when you're bidding today, you are agreeing to those rules as they're printed in the book, so please become familiar with them. These properties have been through a judicial foreclosure process. I am asked all the time. Somebody said that somebody told them that people can come in and pay the taxes and get the property back. Is that true? It is not true. These properties have been foreclosed. There is a court order on file in the circuit court in the county where the property is located that clears all title interests on these lands. There's been a lot of mail sent. There have been hearings at the treasurer's office. Every property has been inspected in person. If there was somebody there, they talked to the occupant. If there wasn't somebody there, the property was posted. It's been to the court. All interests in these lands have been extinguished by a court order effective April the 1st of 2019. We have gone to see the judge and we asked them to void everything you see listed on that screen. If anybody had a deed or a land contract to this property, if there were liens for construction, any kind of court judgments against the owners, tax liens against the owners, municipal utility charges, condo property owner association fees, unrecorded or recorded interest of any kinds, mortgages, probate estates, everything of that nature is gone as they affect this property as of April the 1st. It's a fresh, clean title as of that date. Some things are not affected by tax foreclosure. If you buy something today and it's got an easement through the middle of it from the gas company, they got a great big old pipeline running through there, you can't call them and tell them they have to dig it up and take it away. Easements across the property or to the property are still valid. Mineral rights can be a hot issue right in this neighborhood right here. If somebody in the past kept the mineral rights or if they sold them to a third party, they're still split off. If you buy something today and the last owner had the mineral rights, you get them. If they didn't have them, you don't. If you're buying something in this area of the state that's in a subdivision, chances are it does not have the mineral rights. You don't get them back just because it went through tax foreclosure. I think I saw a condominium or two in the book. If there's a master deed that issues condominium requirements or covenants, those still apply. Everything we sell today is still subject to local zoning, building code, other ordinances. In some counties, the health department has what they call a point of sale requirement for things like well and septic, requiring them to be inspected or brought to code prior to a resale. If the county has those requirements, they still apply. If it's in a property owner or homeowners association, they usually have deed restrictions and association fees. You will also be subject to those today. If we sell something today and it's got crops on it, here is the rule. If there is a crop planted on land that you buy today, something like corn, and it's an annual crop planted this year, we are reserving the right for whoever planted the crop to harvest the crop. It is not your corn today. We've run into a few feuds over that, so we just made that rule. Please be aware of it. Everything that is sold today is being sold as is, where is, with all of its faults, defects, whether they're known, visible, unknown, anything of that nature. When you buy it, and you're buying it exactly the way that it sits at the time it's sold. There's a perfect example of something right there that is not what it appears to be. We sold that one about 2 weeks ago in the Upper Peninsula. It's up in a place called Osceola. It's north of Iron Mountain in Dickinson County. Nice little granny looking shack right there, isn't it? Usually the little log cabins out in the woods like that, I don't have any trouble getting in to take pictures because I can walk around and usually somebody else has already opened the door for me. Usually the back door's already been kicked in. This one was locked up tight. I had one heck of a time getting into it. I tried even peeking in the windows, was like looking into a mirror. Took me half an hour to get inside that property, and this is what I found. If you'll remember just a minute ago, I told you about crops. Not included. Neither are the lights. Somebody's gonna spend a day scraping the foam off that window. Please know what you're buying today. Everything that we are selling is sold as is, where is, in the condition that it's in right now, even if it's on fire this morning. There are no guarantees, no warranties, no representations made of any kind. You are buying what is listed in the book in the part that says legal description. We can't guarantee photos or street addresses or anything of the kind. You're buying the property as it's legally described in the book that you've got in your hands. These properties can have a lot of problems. That's why some of them are here. Contamination, underground storage tanks, bad dry wells, septic systems that don't work anymore. They're full of roots. Missing plumbing fixtures, frozen and cracked plumbing, bad foundations, property line disputes, driveways not on the property, you name it, we've got it probably today, no extra charge. Know what you're bidding on. Everything today is sold as is, where is, no refunds, no exchanges. All sales are final. This ain't Walmart. You can't buy it and wear it to the dance tonight, bring it back tomorrow. When you buy it today, it is yours. When we sell, here's how we're gonna do it. We've got a copy of the sale book that was out at the front counter. You guys registered and then you went to another clerk and told him what you were here to bid on today. We've run a little tally on that. I think we probably have about 5 or 6 pieces in that sale book that are real popular. I saw 2 of them that already have over 20 bids online. Those pieces are gonna get sold first. And I'll tell you what those are in a minute or two. We're gonna sell the most popular pieces first, then most of you can get out of here and go home and mow the lawn and wash the windows and do those kinds of things. Then we're gonna go back to the beginning of the book. We're gonna sell them in order listed in the book. We're gonna skip the pieces nobody in this room came here to buy today. If you look through that book, we've got pages of stuff at Canadian Lakes that nobody wants to bid on in this room. We'll probably sell a few of them, but those are we're gonna open up the ones you wanna buy. We're not gonna try opening up every one and selling them to you. We've already asked you what you're here to bid on. Before we offer something, before we open it up, I'll ask, is anybody in the room interested? If you're not, we're gonna go on by them and get this sale done as quick as we can. I'm gonna guess we're gonna be out of here by 2 o'clock. That's my hunch today. It might be a little after that, but I don't think it's gonna be a long sale. We've had sales before run till 11:30 at night. This is not gonna be one of them, I guarantee it. So that's how we do it. We sell the most popular pieces first, then we go back through the book a second time. We offer each piece, and you can put your card in the air if you want us to open it up. Otherwise, we're gonna skip them. And then when we're done, we let the people online. We will have parcels that have online bids that nobody in the room wants. We're not gonna make you sit through those. We're gonna skip them, and then we're gonna come back kind of for a third round and let the people online pick over whatever is left. When we open up the bidding, here's the mechanics of it. Here's how it works. In your sale book, you're gonna see a number that says minimum bid. We can't sell anything today for any less than that amount. That is what that piece of property owes the county. That's the back taxes. Sometimes we've had to mow lawns or board up windows or haul garbage away or defend something in court. That's what that piece of property owes the county. The bidding starts at that number unless I already have a higher online bid. I have a book that has circled in it the bids that were received online. Bidding was available to people online until 11 o'clock this morning. There are 138 online bids on the property today. If I've got a higher bid than that minimum bid already in advance of the sale, we're going to open up with that number instead of the minimum bid. Once we're opened up at one of those 2 numbers, we then come into the room and I find two bidders, and we're going to go back and forth on the pieces, increasing the bid by the increments you see on the screen. If we're under $1,000, the bidding increases by at least $50 in round numbers. 250, 300, 350, 400. We don't do dollar bids. Between 1,000 and 10,000, it goes up at least $100 per increment. 1,200, 1,300, 1,400. Over $10,000, it goes up at least $250 a bid. 13 1/4, 13 1/2, 13,750. If you want to, you can do something called jumping the bid. Let's say that it opens up in the room at $2,000. There's all kinds of people trying to buy that lot of Canadian Lakes that you want. So you stand up and you shout out $150,000. That's called jumping the bid, and it works. We will usually rely on these as being minimum increases. I'm going to have a book in front of me that tells me what the online bids are. If I've got 20 bidders on something online already, and I know that it's going to cost you 30 grand to buy it, and we're at $100, I may ask you to go up higher than $100. If I do, it's because I already know that you're going to have to spend that much money to get there anyway. We can do it the slow way. If you want to be here till 11:30, just trying to be efficient. We do have 4 ways to bid today, 3 of them in reality. We have you guys here in the room with your bid cards. We have people that have placed bids online until 11:30 or until 11 o'clock this morning. That list will be in front of me very shortly. I know how many bids on what pieces and how high they'll go. We also, in the front of the room, have a tripod right there. It's got a little camera with a built-in microphone. If people have pre-authorized with a credit card online, they can bid against you in real time by clicking the button on their computer when you're bidding here in the room. It's usually pretty fast. I do want to remind the bidders online, do not use the audio and video feed for your frame of reference for what's happening in the room. There's usually some kind of a delay. Watch the text on your screen if you want to get a better idea what's going on. Also, we cannot control the speed of the internet. Sometimes there's little outages. We can't control the speed on our end, and we certainly can't control it at your house. Please consider using the advanced bidding feature before the sales if you want to make sure your bids get through. We sometimes have paper absentee bids. We haven't seen one of those in a year or two. If you win today, you have to pay today, and you have to pay in full today. There's no closing date. There's no mortgage broker. There's no anything. There's no down payment. There's no interest rate. You're paying in full today. We've made it pretty simple to do. If you can't pay today in full, you should not be bidding. You should be able to complete your transaction within a short period of time after we've sold the last piece. We're going to sell everything that everybody in the room wants to buy. We're going to wait till that line out there is complete and everybody that's in that line has paid up. Then we're closing our boxes and we're going home. We've got 2 days in a row off right now, and that's uncommon for us this time of year. And I'm going fishing. I'm not waiting here for you till 8 o'clock tonight. So if you can't pay in full within a reasonable amount of time after the end of the sale today, please don't be bidding. If you're buying online, you're going to get an email tonight right around midnight giving you instructions on how to pay. First $1,000 you should give us today. If you read the rules in advance of the sale and you came prepared, you've got a check in your pocket, a certified funds issue from a bank or a credit union for $1,000. That is your non-refundable deposit. It guarantees us that your check, credit card payment, money orders, or whatever else you brought to pay the rest of it is good. If you give us a check, personal or business check, and it bounces, your first $1,000 is gone. I'm going to use it to buy bait. We do take Visa, MasterCard, and Discover cards only at the sale today. There's a 2.75% fee that they charge us. We pass that along to you. We don't take cash. We have rules we have to follow, and it says that we have to put that cash in the bank within a very short period of time, and our bank's not around here, and we aren't going to send somebody across the state because you brought $50 to the sale. And it's Saturday. Your likelihood of converting that to something else is pretty slim or none, unless you go buy up every single money order that Walmart's got. So we don't accept cash. If you brought a big pile of cash with you, you might need to figure out a way to get a check here by the time that it's time to check out, a check from somebody that you can write and then deposit your cash into their account. Maybe that's the only option you'll have. What are you going to pay today? Here is how the math works. We're going to arrive at a final bid price here in the room. 3 things are added to that that are basically the total that you're going to be paying today. There's a 10% buyer premium. That's the cost of today's sale. $30 is what it costs to record a deed in the state of Michigan. The deed's going to be created and executed and recorded before it shows up in your mailbox. That's going to take about 6 weeks. The state of Michigan also says that you have to pay the summer tax bill before you get the deed to the property. We're collecting that amount today. We're going to forward it to the city, village, or township where the property is located on your behalf. Each parcel at the end of the description has the summer tax amount that's due. We're going to be collecting that from you today at checkout. So that's what you're going to pay today. The final bid price, add 10%, add $30, add the summer tax. Do the math on the parcel that you're interested in so that you know what your limit is on the bidding part before we get there today. If you need to leave the building before you can check out, let the clerks know what your bidder number is, give them your cell phone, and let them know how long you're going to be. Sometimes somebody has to run across town to get a checkbook or to do something. If you need to do that, please let the clerks know so we're not guessing when the sale is done. Some of you have already given us the information you want listed on the deed to the property. You've already given us that information on the website. If you haven't done so, there's a form in your book. It says deed information. You're going to give us the names and addresses of the people you want listed on the deed to what you buy today. A couple of things here are important. First, use legal names. The names listed on the deed should match what's on your driver's license, whatever's on your other important real estate documents. Don't use nicknames. If your legal name is not Bubba or Junior, don't put it on this form. Also, if you're going to be listing names on that form, other owners, co-owners, friends, relatives, business partners, don't list them unless you can get in touch with them or know some information about them before you check out. I'll go into the detail about that in a minute, but you may need to be able to call them on the phone before you check out to verify a couple things, and we'll let you know what that is. Please fill that form out before you get in line. Don't be up there hogging it up, taking 5 minutes to fill the form out when you got people waiting behind you to check out. Get that form done in advance. If you are buying property today with somebody else, you're not married to them, it's a friend, it's a relative, it's a business partner, you need to tell us what happens to the ownership of their share of the land if they die before you do. Each person in a multiple owner situation has to list what happens to their right to the property if they die. It either goes to the remaining owners or it goes to that person's heirs. It's described in the book right behind that deed information page. It's the page right after it. So if you're listing property today in more than one name, please pick out one of those options. When you leave today, we're not giving you the deed to the property. It's not like buying a car where we sign over the title and give it to you. There's a deed that hasn't even been created yet. We don't even know what names to put on it. You're going to tell us on that form. You're going to leave here today with a contract. It's a receipt. It's our agreement. Here is what is in what you'll be signing out there. First of all, they're going to give you a copy of this document and ask you to look at it. Please check it very carefully. Make sure that the names and addresses listed in the document are accurate. They match what you want to be on the deed. Check the spellings, check the address, check even the zip code. If it's wrong in that document, it's going to be wrong in your deed. Check the list of the parcels you bought today, that 4-digit number that's in the left-hand column. Make sure the math all works. Make sure you check this form very carefully before you sign it and leave. You don't want to take your first look at it when you get home, because if there's an error, it's going to take you a lot longer to get your deed to the property. When you sign the document today, you're agreeing to the terms of the sale, the rules and regulations that we're talking about right now in entirety. You're also going to be acknowledging that nobody has forced you to buy anything today. You came to the sale of your own volition. You have had the opportunity to go out and inspect this property, at least drive by it. You know what you're bidding on today, and you accept everything in the condition that it's in. Here's another one. We're going to be selling property today that has unoccupied buildings on it, and we're going to be selling vacant land. The state of Michigan law is very clear that you are not the owner of this property today. You're paying for it today, but you're not the owner until you have the deed. The deed is going to take about 6 weeks to get to you. The law gives the treasurer the right, if necessary, if we discover a legal reason this sale should not have happened for one of those properties, the treasurer has the legal authorization to cancel the sale until the delivery of the deed and give you back what you paid today. Because of that, because you are not the owner until you have the deed, we should tell you that you can't set foot on this property until you've got it, and that's going to be about 6 weeks. I've been doing this an awful long time. I've been doing these sales almost 20 years, and I know how this works. If I sell you a piece of property today and tell you you can't go there for 6 weeks, he's going to be in there by 3 o'clock this afternoon anyway. Aren't you? Every single one of you. So here's the deal. This is in your agreement when you sign it today. It says this: we are giving you possession. You're not the owner today. Keep that in your noggin. We're giving you possession today for 3 purposes. Inspection. You can let yourself in if it's unoccupied, and make sure that it is. If the power's on, if there's cars in the driveway and the TV set's going to the football game, that is not unoccupied. If it's a vacant piece of property, it's unoccupied, it's vacant land, you can let yourself in. You can change the locks, you can look around. You can take your flashlight, go down to the basement, see if there's any split pipes and frozen plumbing. You can check out where the roof's leaking. If you want to measure for carpet, you can do those kinds of things. You can enter the property for purposes of inspection, securing it, and maintaining it. If you want to mow the grass, if you want to trim the hedges, you can go right ahead. You are not authorized to move in. You're not authorized to begin construction. If you spend any money at this property before the deed arrives, it is at your own risk. If you put a brand new roof on it and for some reason your sale has to be canceled, you just bought somebody else a new roof. You'll get back what you paid today and only what you paid today. You're also, in exchange for getting possession today, because we know you're going to take it anyway, you're going to be giving us a waiver. You're going to release the county from liability for injury, loss, or damage. You go inside and start jumping up and down to see how sturdy the floors are, and you end up in the basement with a broken arm. That's on you. You put your tools in there because you want to start working even though I told you not to. Somebody breaks in and steals your tools, that's on you. You've released the county from injury, loss, or damage claims in exchange for getting early possession. That's what's in your contract today. There's also another part, a final part that's important, and this is why I told you earlier that you should pause before putting other names on that deed form unless you can get in touch with them and ask them a very serious question. It is against the law for me to sell you property today if you have any other property in these 2 counties with any delinquent taxes. A delinquent tax is winter 2018 or before. If you have any property in these 2 counties that has unpaid taxes, I can't sell to you today. You can't bid, you can't pay for it, you can't be listed on the deed, you shouldn't even be here today. I can't sell you property. It's against the law for me to sell it to you. It's against the law for you to try to buy it. If you do so anyway, first of all, you might end up in a big hoop of trouble. And second of all, your sale is going to be canceled because we're going to check. This is kind of a wide net they've thrown. Any property you have any interest in, if you hold the deed to a piece of property in these 2 counties and you've sold it to your brother-in-law on a land contract and he's a couple of years behind in his taxes, you can't buy today. You have an interest in property with delinquent taxes. Even if it's not necessarily your responsibility to pay, you have that interest. That makes it improper for you to buy. This also includes if you have any unpaid civil fines. You have a whole collection of what you call classic cars out in the backyard. The township supervisor has determined them to be abandoned junk vehicles, and he has ordered them removed, and he finally sent the tow truck out and had them pulled off, and you still owe them money for that. You can't bid either. If you're a bad actor, if you're not keeping up your taxes and taking care of your stuff, it is against the law to buy at these sales. They're going to be asking you when you check out, whether or not you have any delinquent taxes or any fingerprints on any property in these two counties that do. You're going to be making a statement in front of a notary public that says, I have no delinquent taxes. If you lie to them, it's not just to look the other way kind of thing. You've just committed a criminal offense, which in the state of Michigan is called perjury. And perjury in Michigan is a felony. If you tell them out there you don't have any delinquent taxes and you do, it's just like sitting on the stand in court and lying to the judge. It's the same penalty. Don't do it. After the sale, there's the form right here you got to fill out. This is the Michigan Property Transfer Affidavit. This is how the city or village or township where you buy the property knows where to send the tax bills from now on. It's how they know how much they should be assessing this property at for purposes of taxation. Fill this out and send it to the city, village, or township assessor where the property is located within 45 days. If you don't do so, they can fine you up to $200. The top half is all very self-explanatory. You're buying the property from either the Mecosta or Osceola County Treasurer today. You're going to tell them how much you paid cash, give them the date, give them all the information. The parcel ID number for the piece you're buying is listed in the book that you've got in your hands. There's a whole bunch of check boxes on the bottom half of that form. None of them apply. Don't check them, even if you think they do, because they don't. Fill out the top, sign it at the bottom, send it in within 45 days to the city, village, or township where the property is located, not the county building. Title insurance. Do you need title insurance to buy or sell property in the state of Michigan? The answer to that is no. You're going to need title insurance if there's going to be a lender involved in the near-term future of this property. If you're buying something today, you plan on putting a coat of paint on it and selling it for a $250,000 profit, you're going to have title insurance if the person buying from you is borrowing the money to pay you off. If you're going to be buying a piece of property today and using it as collateral next year to build a house on it, you're going to need title insurance. Sometimes it's not difficult to get, otherwise it is. It depends on who you go to. Some agents will ask you to get a quiet title action to take the former owner to court and get a judgment against them, to go get deeds from everybody that used to have an interest in the property. You don't need to do those things. If you go to a title insurance person and they ask you for a great big laundry list of requirements, don't just take their word for it. Shop around, go get your title insurance from somebody else. There are people that are very familiar with this process that will give you title insurance much easier than you may encounter locally. If you find somebody locally that will write one, knock yourself out, take advantage of it. They're close, they're convenient, do it that way. If you do run into a roadblock, here are some on the screen that make it a lot easier. First American Title has an office in Detroit that specializes in tax-reverted property. The one at the bottom there, Sun Title from Grand Rapids, suntitle.com. They're very familiar with this process as well. They've written hundreds of policies on tax-reverted properties. The one at the top of that page is in Indian River, just up the road a piece, the SNP Title Agency. They've written policies on properties all over the state. I think they're the least expensive from what I've gotten as far as feedback from people in various agencies. You're going to be paying for a title insurance agent or for a title insurance policy. All of these companies and anybody else you deal with is going to charge you a little extra amount for reviewing the foreclosure process. These companies all have access to our online database. They don't even have to pick up the phone. They can dial right in and take a look at the foreclosure process from their office. I told you earlier that the treasurer became the owner of these properties on April the 1st. April the 2nd, 2019 is the effective date of your purchase today. First of all, after the sale, if somebody approaches you and claims they have some kind of an interest in the property, that they did some work on it, that they bought it from somebody, that blah, 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 the first thing you should ask them is when. If it's before that date, they can get off your lawn, and the court says so. There's a judgment on file at the county building that says exactly that. It's a new chain of title on April the 2nd. That's the effective date of your purchase. Everything from before that date that we are aware of, as far as old taxes, old bills, anything of that kind, that's all included in today's minimum bid. Also included in today's minimum bid is any holding costs that the county has been made aware of, things like mowing grass, or if they boarded up the windows or had to pay a legal defense, anything of that nature, any cost to the county up to this sale is already included in that minimum bid. You're assuming liability for anything that has accrued since that date. That list is going to be mighty short. If you're buying something today and it's in Miramichi, it's in Canadian Lakes, there are association fees. Anything before that date is gone. Don't let them talk you into paying somebody else's old fees. They're gone by an order of the circuit court. They're toast. They're not your bill. You are liable for any fees after that date. You may run into a situation with municipal water or sewer. Even if it's turned off, they often will collect a small fee for the purposes of being connected to their system. It's the money they use to retire the debt on the system and maintain it. If there's a connection fee, you're liable for that only after April the 2nd. Here's a scenario we run into once in a while. You buy something, it's in one of the cities or villages that has municipal water and sewer. You call to get the water turned on and they say, well, that last guy didn't pay his water bill for almost a year. We're not going to turn that water on unless you pay his old bill. The Attorney General's office says they can't do that. And if you need verification of that, if you're buying anything today that's got a fire hydrant within a block of it, you're going to want to write down those numbers, 7258. That's a Michigan Attorney General opinion, and it says two things. It says municipal utilities, things like water and sewer, are treated exactly like every other lien on that property. As of April the 1st, they're gone, they're toast, they're history. It's not your bill because that bill doesn't even exist anymore. It also says that they cannot refuse to turn the service on if you won't pay the old bill. Just because they have it on their books, sometimes they're not willing to admit that it's gone. They're going to still try to collect it. And if that means refusing to turn the service on for you to force you to pay it, they might just try that. If you've got that number written down and you Google Michigan Attorney General Opinion 7258, print that out and take it down there and lay it on their desk, I bet they get a whole different attitude. Your bill starts not earlier than that date right there for any municipal utility charge that there is. Old bills are not your bills. They're canceled by that court order. We talked about possession already. We're giving you possession today for purposes of inspection, security, and maintenance only. No moving in, no heavy-duty remodeling. Wait till you see the deed. It's going to take about 6 weeks. We are selling a couple of pieces of property today that are occupied. What do? If you're buying a piece and you already know who's in there, it's occupied by a friend or a neighbor of yours or a relative, and you're here today to help them buy it back so they can stay, you've already got that covered. What if you're buying something today and it's occupied and you don't know who it is? People that are the occupants of these properties can oftentimes be under a lot of stress. They know it's been foreclosed. You've been pulling in the driveway and peeking in the windows the last 3 weeks. You could encounter a dangerous situation. We ask you to please be careful. If you buy something today and it's occupied, my recommendation to you is not to just run up the door and start barking at somebody. Please exercise caution. The best way to do that is go talk to a neighbor. Everything that we're selling today that's occupied is going to have somebody within earshot, somebody that's fairly close that knows exactly what's going on at that property. They're going to know who lives there, who drives what car, probably where they work, maybe how to contact them some way other than knocking on the door. Take advantage of other information to make your first contact with an occupied property. You'll be safer if you do. If a property is occupied, there is no such thing in Michigan as a squatter. If somebody moved in it yesterday, they are called an occupant under Michigan law. There's one legal way to remove them. That's eviction through the district court. You can also make contact through a third-party channel or call them on the phone or something and negotiate their moving. A lot of people refer to that as called cash for keys. It's often faster than a court eviction, and you get to keep the water heater. Talk to a neighbor, find out who's there, ask them, are these people rational, are they upset? Do they already know this is coming? Are they armed? Are they stable? There's going to be somebody in that neighborhood that can give you that information. Every neighborhood has somebody in it who makes it their job to know everybody else's business. And if you don't think there's one where you live, I'll bet it's you. Question. The electricity and such have no ability to place a lien on a property. And that bill's going to belong to whoever's name was on it. They do not run against the title to the land. What you're buying today, I'm going to sell you a piece of land. What you get included with that is whatever is attached to it. Glued, screwed, or tattooed on that land, you're going to find things like buildings and driveways and septic tanks and TV antennas, water heaters and furnaces. That's what you're buying today. I cannot sell you the Culligan Man's water softener if it's leased. We don't own it. So that's what you're buying, is the piece of land and whatever is physically attached to it. If there's other stuff there and it's really good, it's not yours. We sold a piece of property in Osceola County not long ago that had 2 motorcycles in the garage, and they were pretty nice. It's not Christmas. If you find something on the property that is of value, we don't own it, period. We can't sell it to you if we don't own it. We can't even give it to you. You need to make an effort to find out who it belongs to. Again, go talk to that neighbor. Somebody will know who left that brand new 5th wheel RV out in the backyard. Give them an opportunity to come and get their stuff, make contact. There's no rule about how you contact them. There's no rule about how long you have to give them. You just want to make sure that you can prove that you made the effort. If you get rid of something, if you keep it or sell it or give it away or throw it away, and somebody comes back looking for it and it's of value, theoretically they could take you to court to collect the value of that property. If you give them the opportunity to come and get it and they don't, it's a different story. If you get rid of anything that is of value, take pictures of it, document what it is, make sure you can prove that you've made some effort to allow them to come and get it. Anything that's on the property that can be picked up and carried away, removed without the use of tools, anything that's ever had a separate title is not ours. We can't give it or sell it to you today. Right there, you know what we call those? That's a raised redneck ranch. We do not warrant titles to mobile, modular, or manufactured homes. Sometimes the title to something like that can be held in the name of somebody other than the landowner. We foreclosed on the land and whatever's physically attached to it if they owned it. The water softener is a great example, but sometimes there can be mobile or modular or manufactured housing on lands that's owned by somebody other than the landowner. They could have a security interest through Green Tree or somebody, and those parties were never sent a notice. We can't sell something that we don't have title to, especially if we never notified them of this sale today. If somebody shows up and lays claim to a mobile, modular, or manufactured housing unit, you don't just have to let them hook up to it and haul it away. Make them show you an order from the court that gives them that right. But just keep in mind, we do not warrant the title to any such unit, even if it's on a concrete block foundation. If it's ever had a separate title, if it's ever had wheels under it, it might go out the same way it came in. We're almost ready to get started with the sale. When we sell, we're going to open up the bidding with either the minimum bid in that book or a higher bid if I've already got one online. Once we're open in the bidding, remember the bid increments we talked about, we're going to go back and forth between 2 bidders at a time, not all over the room, usually, unless it's real popular, and we got a way to do that too. But generally speaking, 2 bidders at a time, just like that teeter-totter, till it slows down and somebody gets off or quits bidding. I'll look around, find somebody else. Once I'm down to 1 person in the room, then I come to Mr. Carey over here at the table, and he's going to be bidding for people online if they want to keep going. If you're brand new at this, and most of you are, by the show of hands earlier, a couple of tips for you. First of all, when you're done, don't leave your card on your chair. You might own the rest of Canadian Lakes today. Somebody will pick it up, just they'll have one heck of a good time. turn it in where you got it. Treat it like it's a credit card. Take care of it in your hands. Cell phones, if you've got a cell phone with you, please put it on silent or vibrate. If you need to make a phone call, if you need to talk to somebody, if you have a baby or child with you, if somebody with you is kind of deaf. Ladies, remember that conversation you had last night where you authorized your husband? You gave him a limit he could spend, and he has just gone by it like you never even had the conversation? And now you feel the need to correct him? Please take that outside in the parking lot. We will have the EMS standing by. Please be considerate of everybody else here. We may have somebody here that's very upset that property is being sold today, especially if it's where they live. We're just asking you to please be considerate of everybody else. Screaming gets us nowhere today. We are having this sale because it is required by the law. There's a court order that says these properties are owned by the county, and the Michigan state law gives us a time frame that we have to sell them in, and that's right now. We're not doing this necessarily because we want to. We're doing it because this is the law, and we're here today to follow it. So please try to keep any emotions where they need to be. Once we say a piece of property is sold, we're almost ready to get started here. Once we say it's sold, it is. I have problems, especially with the old guys. They took their little auction learning experience from Grandpa. He told them that if they wait till the absolute last second to bid, they save money. I'm here to tell you, Grandpa was right. It works because you won't be buying a darn thing today. When I say it's sold, it is. If you wait till I say sold to whip that card up in the air, it's too late. I am not an auctioneer. I do not do the yabba dabba doo. I'm going to be pointing at the winning bidder. I'm going to say going once. If I say going once and you want to bid, you better be on it. Then I'm going to say going twice. And if I have not recognized you, it's time to start throwing shoes or shouting at me or doing something. Once I say it's sold, it is. Any questions before we get going? Yes. You were at the sale yesterday. You should have no questions at all. You've been coming, how long have you been coming to these sales? Like 50 years? Pretty much.
One question about the FGU.
Yep.
Is Osceola County, Mecosta County separate FUGs?
The FGU in today's sale, if you're buying property today in Osceola County, you're buying it from the Osceola County Treasurer. If you're buying property today in Mecosta County, the treasurer is the State of Michigan Department of Treasury. Every county had the option of either doing it themselves or letting the state manage it for them. And if the state manages for them, they hired us to do the auction for them too. So today you're buying in Osceola, you're buying from the county. In Mecosta, you're actually buying from the county, but the state is the manager, I guess is the best way to look at it. Any other questions? Yes.
If you're buying a piece of property with personal property, can you give notice today, or do you have to wait till you get your deed?
There is no rule about the personal property. Just you want to make, here's what happens. If somebody hauls you into small claims court because you got rid of their tricycle, you want to be able to stand in front of the judge and say, Your Honor, I made a reasonable effort. Here's a couple of distinctions. Let's say you buy a house and they left their vacuum cleaner right in the middle of the living room floor. They live across the street now. You can pick that thing up over there and just take it over there and set it on their porch. If you get a house full of furniture and somebody died and the heirs live in Iowa, they're going to need more than an afternoon to come and get it. It's all, just be reasonable. I know we've got one property today that is an heir situation and they're out of state. Any other questions? Let's get going. We're going to go through, I'm going to go through the book here really quick. I'm going to let you know what the pieces are that have a lot of interest in them. We're going to sell those first. I can see right on the first page of Mecosta that I had number 4503. There's a bunch of people here for 4503 and 4504. So we're going to move those up to our little first round. And look at 4514. Wow. 29 bidders. In this room, 18 online for that one. So 4514 is going to get bumped up. Yesterday, by the time we got through our most popular pieces, half that room was empty. Everybody came for the same stuff. I got a whole bunch of stuff here that has a lot of interest online, but doesn't seem to have it in the room. We'll find out about those when we go through the book a second time. So those numbers in Mecosta are 4503, 4504, 4514, and I might add 4530 onto that as well. And then we'll go back to the beginning of the book and sell what you guys are here to bid on. So we're going to start with 4503. It'll be pretty obvious how this works after we've sold one or two. If it confuses you, just bring all your money up here and leave it right on the table. I'll pick something out for you if you're not sure what you want to buy. 4503, look at that. By golly, it's waterfront, and waterfront makes people stupid. It does. This is Hodges Lake. It's a waterfront piece of land. Small acreage, I think, probably a couple, 2-3 acres, maybe. Don't quote me on that. 4503, I've got 16 bids already online on this piece. 10 people or more here in the room want to buy this one. 23 Mile Road out Everett Way. You'll see the minimum bid in that book is $4,800. I've already got $21,500 bid online. How many people in the room want to give me $22,000 for that? Anybody? A bunch of people? Just a couple. I'm going to start with you at 22. You want to give me 22 and a quarter? 22 and a half. How about 23 and a half? 24 and a half. 25 and a half. 26 and a half. 27 and a half. 28,000. 28.5. 29 and a half. 30 and a half. 31, you're gonna give me 32, 33, 34, 35,000. He's slowing down. 35 and a quarter, 35 and a half, 35,750, 36,000. Family conference time. All done? I'm at 36 and a quarter, 36 and a half. 36 and a half, 36,750, 37,000, 37 and a quarter, 37.5. He looks at her just about every time. Here's a hint. If you give her the card, you won't end up sleeping at that lot tonight. 37.5, 37,750, 38,000, because then it's her fault. 38, I got 37,750 right here. Anybody in the room at 38,000? 37,750 there. What about online? 37,750 right there going once. Twice. You bought, ooh, too late. 37,750. What's the bidder number? 37,750, 190. But I'll take your number as the backup bidder. Backup bidder, what's that number? 134. The backup bidder. If the winning bidder cannot or will not pay, we contact the backup bidder and offer them the opportunity, it's yes or no, to buy the property for one bid increment below the final sale price. She paid $37,750. If she cannot or will not pay, she walks out of here and gets run over by a beer truck on the way to her car to get her checkbook. We will call you and offer it to you for $37,500. It's not negotiable, it's yes or no. Once we sell something, I put the number in this computer, you can immediately go check out. You do not have to wait for the sale to be over. 4504 is next. This is about a 3-acre parcel out on Deer Path Road. You can see there's a 2-track access in the property, private roads out here. I need $1,100 for it. I've got 6 bidders in this room that said that they want to give me $1,100 for that one. If you'll give me $1,100 for that one, 4504, hold up your card right now. That doesn't look like 6 to me. I'm gonna have to call some of your moms, I can tell. I got $1,100 right there. Who wants to give me 12? Anybody in the room at 1,200? I've got 11 with you. Going once, twice. You bought it. Everybody, you scared everybody away. What's your bidder number? 366. At the minimum bid. Now we're gonna jump down to 4514. Boy, everybody likes this one. 18 bidders online. 29 bidders in the room. This is small acreage as well, Town Line Road. There may still be personal property here. This is an estate situation. The heirs, to my understanding, are out of state. They're out of the area. We don't know for sure if they've taken everything that they want, but if you take possession of this today, remember, whatever's inside there is not yours. Make sure you make that contact. The treasurer's office may be able to give you some contact information so you can take care of that. Pole barn here has a newer roof. It's a couple hundred feet off the road. Town Line Lake Road, Big Rapids Way, I'm at $8,100 already online. They'll go higher. How many people in this room would give me 9,000? Show me your card. Here's how we play this little game. I'm gonna start rattling off numbers. You keep your card in the air until I say a number that you just won't pay. Once we get down to one card, we know where we're starting. Saving a lot of time this way. 9,000, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, $20,000, 21, 22. They all go down at the same time every time. I'm gonna start with you at 22,000. Who wants to give me 22 and a quarter? 22 and a quarter, 22 and a half. What about 23 and a half? 23 and, you all done? I got 23,000 over here. Anybody in the room at 23 and a quarter, 23 and a half, 23,750, 24 and a quarter, 24 and a half, 24,750, 25,000, 25 and a quarter, 25 and a half, 25,750, 26 and a quarter. I've got 20, are you sure? I got 26, it's just like a slot machine. If you keep pulling the handle, you will eventually win. I got 26,000 over here. Anybody want to give me 26,250? 26,000 going once. Twice. You bought it. 26,289. My backup bidder is 410. And that'll clear out a whole bunch of chairs. Unless you're staying here for the jokes. Don't. On the next page, 4530. Little bit under 10 acres right here on 190th Avenue. Driveway was blocked, they said. A weird older travel trailer. I'm not sure what constitutes a weird old travel trailer. I guess maybe I don't want to know. I've already got 11 bids online on this one. About a half dozen people here in the room want to bid on this. 10 acres it is, more or less. I've got $6,400 already bid. How many people want to give me 65? Let's do that card thing again. Do I have a bunch of people at 65? I guess not. I got 65. Gonna give me 7,000? What about 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, $8,000, 881, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 9,000, 9,100, 92, 93, 94, 95, 9,600, 97, 98, 99, $10,000. New bid increment, 10 and a quarter. It's only money. 10 and a quarter, 10 and a quarter, 10 and a half. 10,750. She's all done, she said. I've got 10,500 over here. Anybody in the room want to give me 10,750? 10,750 right behind you. Now 11,000. 11 and a quarter. 11 and a half. 11,750. And now 12. You want to give me 12 and a half? What about 13? 13 and a half. 14. 14 and a half. 14, don't talk to him, talk to me. 14 and a half, now 15. 15 and a half. 15 and a quarter. I got 15,000 with the two gentlemen in the hats right there. Anybody want to give me 15 and a quarter? Anybody else? 15,000 right over there going once. Twice. That's your weird trailer now. Well, actually it's not, but you have to deal with it. 15,292. We don't have title of the trailer. We can't give it to you or sell it to you or do anything. My backup bidder already leaving. You can't leave. You got money left. I know you got at least $15,000. Don't let him out. 216. It's in the rules right there. It says you can't leave unless you spend at least $10,000. And do we have more? Or are we going back to the beginning of the book? I think that's all the hot ones. Unless they missed something. Let's go back to the beginning of the book. We're gonna roll through them here. We're gonna skip the stuff nobody wants. We'll ask you before we skip each piece. Is there a bidder in the room today for number 4501? It has no road access. If you've got a helicopter, this is for you. Anybody? What about 4502 right here? 4502, I've got an online bid and somebody in the room. It opens up online at $800. You want to give me 850? 850 there. Now 900 online. Yep. 900 online. Anybody? You want to give me 950? 950 in the room. Anybody here at $1,000? I've got 950 with you. 950 going once. Twice. That one belongs to you. 950. What's the bidder number? 950 464. The backup bidder is online. We already sold the next two. Is there a bidder in the room? Okay. Lake Miramichi, we got 3 of them here that are on the Mecosta County side of the line. Anybody here for 4506 in Miramichi? 4507. It's circled in my book. Somebody asked for it anyway. Anybody here for 4507 in Lake Miramichi? What about 4508? I've got an online bid for 4510. We'll skip selling it in the room unless somebody wants it opened up. Anybody here for 4510? What about 4511? On the next page, I've got an online bid for everything on this page. I have nothing circled other than the one we already sold in the middle at 4514, but I'm going to run through them. Anybody interested in 4512? Okay, a couple of you. $4512 is 2.3 acres in a high traffic area on 220th Avenue. I've got $4,800 already bid online. I know how high he'll go. Anybody in the room want to give me $4,900? $49. You want to give me $5,000? What about $6,000? $7,000? $8,000? We can do $100 at a time, but I know where you're going to have to go to buy it. $9,000? $10,000? $11,000? $12,000? $13,000? $14,000? $15,000? $16,000? $17,000? $18,000? $19,000? I got 18,000 with you. I've got 18 and a quarter online. Yep. Gonna give you 19? 18.5, that's as low as I can go. 18.5, I got 18,250 online. Anybody in the room at 18.5? 18,250 online. Going once. 18.5, 18,750? 18,750. Yep. And now 19. 19 and a quarter. 19.5. I've got 19,250 bid online. Anybody in the room at 19.5? 19.25 online. Going once, twice. Sold it online at 19.25. My backup bidder right there, what's his number? Backup bidder is 202. What about 4513? I do have a bid online for this. I've got somebody there as well. 4513. Occupied, and I think that's probably the occupant. You're not? Okay. I understood that the former owner may be here to bid on this. Maybe she is, maybe she isn't. We'll find out. I've got $3,300, $3,100 bid online. You want to give me 32, 32, 33,
Yep.
34, 3,400, 35 online.
Yep.
36. I've got $3,500 bid online. 36, 3,700,
Yep.
38, 39,
Yep.
$4,000, 4,100,
Yep.
42, 42, 4,100 bid online. Anybody in the room at 4,200? 41 going once. 41 going twice.
Yep.
Ooh. Now we have a live bidder and an advance bidder. The advance bid, I think, just was surpassed. Now we'll see if the live bidder wants to keep on going. There it is. We have 1, 2, 3 bidders online. It's at $4,300 with an online bidder. Anybody in the room at 44? 43 going once, twice. Sold it online, $4,300. The backup bidder is also online. We already sold 4514. Anybody in the room for 4515? A few of you. Everybody missed the net out there in the hallway today, I guess. 4515 on Charles Street, Rodney Way. It's an older prefab home somewhere. I need $2,900 for it. I've already got that bid online. $3,000 right here. Who wants to give me 31? Somebody's beeping. 31, 32, 33, 34, 3,500. You gonna give me 4,000 for that? You gonna jump that bid up? 4,000. What about 4,500? What about 5,000? 46. I got 45 in the back of the room. Anybody want to give me 4,600? 46 right in front of you. 47, 48, 49, 5,000, 51, 52. I got 51 in the back row. Anybody here at 52, 52, 53, 54? 53 in the back row. Anybody at 54? You bidding or just scratching? 54, 55, 56, sometimes it's hard to tell. 57, 58, 59, $6,000, now 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 7,000. He's out. I got $6,900 with you. Anybody in the room at $7,000? 6,900, 7,000, 71, 72, 7,200. Checking with the boss. I got 71 back there. Going once. 71 going twice. 72, 73, 74. 73 in the back row. Going once. Twice. 74, 75, 76. 75 in the back row. Going once. 75 going twice. Sold it, $7,500, 443. My backup bidder is 1147. $4,516. Anybody here for that one? I've got it sold online, right there, let's open it up. 4516 is on Pretty Lake Road, it's right across the street from the lake. It's lowlands. I've got $3,200 already bid online. You gonna give me 33? 33 right there. Anybody in the room at 3,400? 3,300 in the room going once.
Yep.
34 online with a live bidder watching that camera. 35, now 36.
Yep.
37, 3,800. 37 in the room, going once.
Yep.
38. 39, 4,000.
Yep.
4,100, now 42.
Yep.
43, 44.
Yep.
45, 46.
Yep.
47, 4,800.
Yep.
49, and now $5,000. 49 in the room, going once. Twice.
Yep.
5,051, 52.
Yep.
5,300, now 54. 53 in the room.
Yep.
54 online, 5,500, now 56. 55 in the room.
Yep.
56 online, 57, now 5,800.
Yep.
59, and now 6,000. 6,000, 6,100, now 62.
Yep.
You're gonna go to 65, 65, 66. You're only going online up $100 at a time. 66?
Yep.
What about 7,000? You like it that much? Now 71.
Yep.
How about 7,500? 75, 76.
Yep.
8,000, 8,081. 8,000.
Yep.
81, how about $8,500? 85, now 86. 85 in the room.
Yep.
86 online. What about 9,000? 9,100. 9,000 in the room. Going once. Going twice. 9,000, it's yours. What's the bidder number? 106. Backup bidder is online. Do I have a bidder in the room for 4517? I've got one online. I got one there and one there too, and another over there. 4517, $1,400, walking distance to the lake it is. I've got 14 online. Who wants to give me 15? 15 right there. Who wants to give me 16, 17, 18, 19, 2,000, 21, 22, 23? You gonna give me 25? What about 3,000? 35, 4,000, 45, 5,000, 55, 6,000, 65, 7,000, 75, 8,000, 85, 9,000, 95, 10,000, 10 and a quarter. 10,000, 10 and a quarter. Anybody in the room at 10 and a quarter? I've got 10,000 right there. 10,000 going once. 10 and a quarter, 10 and a half, 10,750. 10,500 going once. Twice. You bought it. 10,500, 375. My backup bidder is number 281. Anybody here today to buy 4518? I got 5 bids online. Looks like I got them here in the room too. 4518. Myrto Cabo Avenue. Maybe Myrto Kai Cabo, I don't know how it's pronounced. I got $6,300 already online. It's a roached out mobile home. Who wants to give me $6,400 for that? I got it right here. You buying that for your mother-in-law? I bet you are. 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 7,000. Can I give you 75? What about $8,000? 85, 9,000, 95, 10, 10 and a quarter. You'll regret the rest of your life not buying this trailer today. I got $10,000 right here. Anybody in the room at 10 and a quarter? It's the only one like it I got on that street at that address today. $10,000 right there, going once.
Yep.
Ooh, 10 and a quarter, 10 and a half, 10,750.
Yep.
11,000. Are you seriously all? You came all the way down here. You didn't come down here to see me. You came down here to buy that trip. You're saving money. Yes, you are. I got $10,750 with an online bidder. Anybody in the room at 11,000? 10,750 going once, twice. Sold it online for 10,750. What's the backup bidder name? Number 194 is my backup bidder. On the next page, we already sold the one at the bottom. I have nothing circled on that page by anybody in the room, but we'll go through them. Anybody here for 4519? 4519, what about 4520? A couple of you. I got 4 bids online. Some of these other ones we're going by, I do have bids, but we're just not gonna open them up if you don't want them. 4520, I've got $2,600 already bid. We're out Remus Way. There is a mobile home here. $2,600 I've already got bid online. Who wants to give me 27, 27, 28, 29, 3,000, 31, 32, 33, 34, 3,500, now 36, 37, 38, 39, $4,000, 41, 42. I got $4,100 with you. Anybody in the room give me 42? 4,100 going once.
Yep.
42 online, 43, 44, 43 in the room, going once, twice. It's your problem now. $4,300, 141. Backup bidder is online. Anybody want 4521? 4522? 4523? 4524? I got some of these sold online. 4525? 4527? 4528? 4529? I already sold the last one. On the next page, we are now in Canadian Lakes. We're going to be going through these mighty fast. On the page that starts with 4531, it looks like I have 4533 circled. Is anybody here for anything other than 4533 on that whole page? Do I have somebody here for 4533? Is anybody here for anything on that entire page? Starts 4531. You know, one of these days they're going to hit gold out there and you're all going to regret not buying all of these. The page that starts 4537. Anybody here for anything on that whole page? Put that one away. Next page starts 4543. Anybody here for anything on the page that starts with 4543? The next page starts with 4549. Anybody here for anything on that whole page? It's all Canadian Lakes. The next page at the top, 4554, actually has structures on it, and it has bidders for it. It's in Canadian Lakes, 4554. 3 bids online. Somebody in the room said they wanted to bid on it too. Actually, I don't know, maybe it doesn't have structures. It looks like it's on a canal. 4554. I've got a $5,300 bid already. Who wants to give me 54? Anybody in the room? I've got $5,300. 54 right there. 55.
Yep.
You gonna give me 6,000? 61.
Yep.
How about 7,000? 7,000. 71.
Yep.
How about 8,000? 72. 73.
Yep.
74. 75.
Yep.
76. 77.
Yep.
78. 79.
Yep.
Now 8,000. 30 seconds of my life I'll never get back. 81.
Yep.
How about 85? 86.
Yep.
What about 9,000? 91.
Yep.
How about 95? 96.
Yep.
10,000? He said he's done. I got 96 online. Anybody want to give me 9,700? $9,600 online. Going once.
Yep.
97 online. Advanced bid, live bidder watching that camera. They're gonna go back and forth, $100 at a time, till one of them drops out or the other one runs out of gas. We're at 10,000, now we're in the $250 bid increment. Island Court is where this one's at. Looks like we're at $10,000 and stuck right there. Anybody wanna give me 10,250? 10,000 going once, twice. Sold it online for $10,000. Backup bidder is also online. Anybody here for 4555? 4556? 4557? 4558. 4559 has structures on it. This also is Canadian Lakes. I've got some online bids and several people in the room too. 4559 Royal Road. We didn't go inside. Anything that first of all, this one's occupied, but anything in Mecosta County, we are not allowed to do interior inspections by the state. They don't want us in there. Royal Road, occupied property, last we knew. I'm at $15,250 already for that chalet you see right there. If you'll give me $16,000 for that, show me your card. Keep it up till I say a number you don't like. 16,000, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, $30,000, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. I'm going to start with you at $38,000. You've exceeded my advance online bid. Anybody in the room want to give me $38,250? 38,000 there. What about online?
Yep.
38,250, 38,500, 38,750?
Yep.
39,000, 39 and a quarter.
Yep.
39,500, 39,750. 39,500 over here. Going once.
Yep.
39,750, $40,000. Now 40 and a quarter.
Yep.
Gonna give me 41. 41 and a quarter. See if we can snuff them out.
Yep.
How about 42? 42 and a quarter.
Yep.
43 and a quarter.
Yep.
44 and a quarter.
Yep.
45,000, 45 and a quarter.
Yep.
46 and a quarter. 46,000 in the room. Going once, twice, ooh, 46 and a quarter, 46 and a half, 47 and a half, 48, 48 and a half, 49 and a half, 50 and a half, 50 and a quarter, that's as low as I can go. 50 and a quarter, 50 and a half, 50 and a quarter right there. Anybody in the room at 50,500? 50 and a quarter going once, twice. You bought it, 50 and a quarter. What's that bidder number? 50 and a quarter, 476. My backup bidder, 134. Those 276, correct? On the next page, we have more Canadian Lakes lots. Starting with 4560, I've got a circle around one, but is anybody here for anything on that page? I've got a circle around 61. Anybody here for that one? Anybody here for anything in the Canadian Lakes page that starts with 4560 on the whole page? Anybody? Next page. More Canadian Lakes starts with 4566. Anybody interested in anything on the whole page? Flip that page over. Starts with 4572. Anybody want anything on that entire page? The next page starts 4578. Anybody here for anything on that page starting with 4578? We used to open these all up, try selling them many years ago. Anybody here for anything on a page that starts 4584? 4584, anybody on that page? On the page that starts 4590, anybody want anything on that page? These are all vacant lots in Canadian Lakes. The next page, the top two are in Canadian Lakes, but I'm gonna start, I have nothing circled on that page, but maybe somebody wants us to open something up. Anybody here for 4596? 4597? 4598? 4599? I got 3 bids for that online. We'll sell it later. What about 4601? Couple of you. I got 4 bids online for that one. 4601 is where we're going. 4601, Mark Lane, Morley Way, double wide on a foundation. Remember what we told you about double wides and such. This is occupied, well maintained, 2.5 acre piece. I've got a $6,300 bid already online. I know how high they'll go. Who wants to give me $7,000 for that one? 7 over there. Let's play that card game again. 7,000, 8,000, 9, 10,000, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, $20,000, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, $30,000, 31. I'm going to start with you at 31,000. Anybody in the room want to give me 31,250? 31,250, 31 and a half, 31,750. Now 32 and a half, 33 and a half, 34 and a half, 35 and a half, 36 and a half, 37 and a half, 38 and a half, 38 and a quarter. That's as low as I can go. 38 and a half, 38,750. 38,750, now 39 and a quarter. Come on, money bags, I know you got it. 39 and a quarter, I got 39,000 with you. Going once. 39, he's in, 39 and a quarter, 39 and a half. Don't let him have it. 39 and a half, 39, 750. 40,000. 40 and a quarter. He said he's done. I've got 40,000 with you. Anybody in the room at 40 and a quarter? What about online? Not so far. 40,000 right there going once. Twice. You bought it. 40,000. What's the bidder number one more time? 40,134. Backup bidder, 476. Anybody in the room interested in 4602? 4603. Oh, she says you better sell that. 4603. I got 3 bids online for this one on Heron Drive out Morley Way. There's a mobile home here with a detached 2-car garage. I got a $2,200 bid online. You want to give me 23? 23 there. I know how high they'll go online. Anybody in the room want to give me 24? 24. How about 3,000? 3,500? 4,000. 45? 41. 42. 43. I got 42 here. I got 43 online. 44. 45. 46. 5,051. 52. 53. 54. 54, 55. 5,600. 57. 56 in the front row. Anybody in the room at 57? 57. 6,061. 62. 63. 64. 65. 66. 67. 68. 69. 7,000. 71. 72. 73, 74, 75, 76, 77. I've got 76 with you. Anybody in the room at $7,700? 76 in the middle, 77, 78, 79. $7,800 going once. Twice. 79, 8,000, 81. 8. She says, no, but I made you some money. 8,000. Anybody in the room want to give me 81? 8,000 going once. Twice. $8,000, 484. What's the backup bidder number, please? 431. I could take you on the road. You could just sit in the audience and bid. So I could take you on the road, you can sit in the audience and bid. Just don't win anything. Just stop, short. $4,604. I got a bunch of online bids. I assume somebody in the room is. I got one right here. Anybody? Oh, there they are. How these escape the book, I don't know. Usually the circle book catches everybody. 4,604. We call these dog houses. You know why? Because they're really rough. Make him stop. 4,604. Muskegon River frontage. The house is pretty rough. Septic system may not be any good. You're going to want to talk to the health department way before today if you're planning on building here. I've got 6 bids online on this one. I'm already at $8,400. You going to give me 85? Of course you do. 85. Who wants to give me 9,000? Who wants to give me 86? I got $8,600 online. 87. 88. 89. 9,000. 9,000. You want to give me 9,500? What about 10? 96. We'll do it the slow, painful way. I got 95 here. Anybody in the room want to give me 9,600? 96. 97. 98, 99, 10,000, 10 and a quarter, 10 and a half, 10,750, 11,000, 11 and a quarter, 11 and a half, 11,750, 12,000, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half, 13,000, 13 and a quarter, 13 and a half, 13,750, 14,000, 14 and a quarter, 14,500. You want to give me 15? Chase him away, scare him off. 15 and a half, 16, didn't work, try again, and a half, 17 and a half, 18, I got 17,500 over here, 18, 18 and a quarter, 18,500. I got 18,250. You know, a friend of mine was fishing right out there the other day. He caught a 4-foot long trout.
There was a.
I got 18,250 over here. I need 18,500. Anybody in the room at 18,500? 18,250 over here going once, twice. You bought it. You know, you're gonna get, there you go, 496. 18,250. 496. What's my backup bidder number? Backup bidder
Backup bidder.
is 310. Next page, last page of Mecosta. I don't have anything circled by anybody in the room, but I think we'll probably draw some interest on the third one. Anybody here today for 4605? 4606. Let's sell that one. Couple of hands in the air. 4606. Loudon Street. Occupied Ranch. I need $21,750 for it. Where's my bidders? I got 21,750. Who wants to give me 22? 22 and a quarter. 22 and a half. Don't look at him, look at me. 22 and a half. It's only money. I got 22 and a quarter with him. 22,250 going once. Twice. You bought it. 22,250. What's that bidder number again? 22,250, 134. My backup bidder, 460. Now 4607. I'm guessing there's people in the room here for this one because I got a pile of bids online for it. I saw a card back there. That's enough to open it up. 4607 is on South 3rd Avenue in Big Rapids. It's got access off the alley as well. Needs a little work, but not in horrible condition. I don't know if this is occupied. It doesn't say that it is. I'm going to guess that it's not. $4,400 is what it says in the book. I'm at $12,000 already online. Who in the room wants to give me 12 and a quarter? Anybody here at 12,250? 12 and a quarter there. Anybody in the room at 12,500? 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half?
Yep.
12,750, 13. 13 and a half, 14. 14 and a half, 15,000. 15 and a quarter. 15 and a quarter, 15,500, 15,750. I got 15,500 back there. 15,500 going once.
Yep, 16.
16 online, 16 and a quarter. They're shaking their head no, but she's got the card. 16 and a quarter, 16 and a half. 16 and a quarter in the room back there.
Yep.
Going 16 and a half, 16,750. I got 16.5 online. Anybody in the room want to give me 16,750? 16.5 online, going once, twice. Sold it online, 16.5. Backup bidder, what's your number? The backup bidder is 376. He took the card away from her. That works well in the other direction. Usually it's the wife taking the card away. Anybody in the room want to buy 4608? All right, on to Osceola County. Is there a buyer in the room? We've got some Swiss Alpine lots. Those and the Lake Miramichi lots all have association fees. Is there a bidder in the room for 5,500? Let's open that up. 2 parcels in the Swiss Alpine number 3. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that name. I'll get myself in trouble. $1,900. I've got bid right there. Anybody in the room want to give me 2,000? 1,900 going once, twice. Sold it for the minimum bid, $469. Well, what about 5,502? I've got a bid online for it. If nobody in the room wants it, they are interested over here. 5,502, I've got an $800 bid already online. You're gonna give me 850? 850 right there. Anybody at 9? $850 in the room going once.
Yep.
9 online, 950, and now $1,000. 950 in the room, going once.
Yep.
$1,000 bid online, 1,100, and now 12. 11 in the room, going once, twice. $1,100. What's the bidder number? 398. Backup bidder is online. You have a grandbaby yet? Their daughter's delivering, and they're at the auction. He really wanted that lot awful bad. That's dedication. What about 5,503? I got bidders online for it. Anybody in the room for right there? 5,503. I got 4 bidders online for this one today. 5 Mile Road, occupied, but they're renters. They're gonna know that you're coming. Mobile home with additions, a little over an acre. I've got $5,300 already bid online. You want to give me 54? 54 right there. Anybody in the room at 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 6,000, 61, 62, 63, 64, 6,500, 66, 67, 68. I got $6,700 with you. Anybody in there want to give me 68?
Yep.
68 online, now 69 and $7,000. 7,000, now 71, 72. 71 in the room, 72 online, 73, 7,400. 73, going once, twice.
Yep.
74, 75, now 76.
Yep.
77, 7,800.
Yep.
79, and now $8,000.
Yep.
81, 82.
Yep.
83, 8,400.
Yep.
85, 8,600.
Yep.
87, all done. I got 86 online. Anybody in the room at 8,700? 87, 88, 9,000, now 91. 9,000 bid online. Going once.
Yep.
91. We have online live bidders on that camera right there bidding against each other. 2 or 3 of them. We'll let them go here till they slow way down. We'll give them a warning. We'll let you back in if you want back in. One of those I recognize, the other one's kind of new to me. It's creeping toward 10 grand. 9,400 is where it's at right now. 2 active bidders. 10 and a quarter. Mailbox included. 10,750. They don't seem to be slowing down. We'll be in Boyne Falls on Tuesday and Bay City on Wednesday, and then we go to Lapeer and Port Huron and Monroe. Made the trip through the Upper Peninsula last week. $11.5. All the sale dates are in your book, right inside the front cover there somewhere. 12 and a quarter, and still going. Almost looks like 2 deer standing next to that. 13 and a quarter is where it's at. They done? Maybe. I got 13,250. Anybody? Nope, they're not done. 13.5 is where it's at right now, and they're still bidding. $14,000 is what we need. Anybody in the room want to give me 14,000? I'm at 13,750 online. Going once, twice. Sold it online, 13,750. Backup bidders also online. Anybody in the room to bid on 5504? I got a couple of bids online. We'll sell it to them later. Now we're in Miramichi, 5505. Anybody here for 5505? What about 5506? It's circled in my book. There's the neighbors right there. They want to buy that lot. He wants to put a tree fort on it, don't you? 5506. I need $800 for it. I've got a bid right there. Anybody want to give me $850? $800 going once, twice. It's all yours now. What's the bidder number? $800 to 13. Remember, if you find any gold out there, we have to split it. Not really, it's all yours. On the next page, Lake Miramichi parcels, I have none of them circled. Anybody here for anything on the page that starts 5507? The next page is more of the same. Anybody here for 5511? 5512. What about 5513? The last 3 on that page I do have online bids for. I'm going to guess somebody in the room's after them too. Anybody here chasing 5514? Couple of you. Let's open that up. 3 bids online for 5514. This is just outside of Leroy, a log-sided double wide. There you go. Don't get those every day. 17-mile road, little bit over an acre in size. $3,300 I've already got bid online. I know how high they'll go. You gonna give me 35? 35 there. Who wants to give me 4,000? Or as Van the Lumberman used to say, 4,000. 4,000. What about 4,500? 5,000? 55. 51. $5,000 back there. Anybody in the room want to give me 51? 51. 52. 53. 54. 55. 56. 57. 58. 59. $6,000. 61. 62. 63. 64. 65. 66. 66, 67, 68, 6,900, now 7,000, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, $8,000, 8,100, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 9,000. You gonna give me 95? What about 10? 10 and a quarter, 10 and a half. 10, 750, 11,000, 11 and a quarter, 11 and a half, 11, 750, 12,000, 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half, 12, 750, 13, 13 and a quarter, 13 and a half, 13, 750, 14,000. 14, 13, 750 with you. 14, anybody in the room at 14, 13, 750 going once.
Yep.
14 online, 14 and a quarter, 14 and a half.
Yep.
14, 750. 15,000.
Yep.
15 and a quarter. 15 and a half. 15 and a quarter in the room.
Yep.
15 and a half, 15, 750. 16,000. 15, 750 going once. Twice. You bought it. 15, 750, 414. 415, correct? 414. Want to make sure. Backup bidder is online. What about 55.15? Do you have anybody in the room for that? I got 2 bids online. We'll sell that later if you don't want it. 55.16, I have online bids for it. Do I have anybody right there? I got somebody in the room. 55.16, 2 bids online. This is occupied, about an acre and a quarter, mobile home. I've got a $3,600 bid online. 37, not interested. 37 back there. Anybody in the room? 38, 39, 4,000. You want to give me 4,500? What about 5,000? 5,500, 6,000, 6,500, 7,000, 7,500, 8,000, 8,500, 9,000, 9,500, 10,000, 10 and a half, 11 and a half, 12 and a half, 13 and a half, 14, 13, 750, 14 and a quarter. He says he's done. I got you at 14. Anybody in the room at 14, 250?
Yep.
What at 14, 250? 14, 5, 14, 750. 14, 5 in the room.
Yep.
14, 750 online. $15,000 now, 15 and a quarter.
Yep.
15 and a half, 15, 750.
Yep.
Now 16, 16 and a quarter. 16,000 going once.
Yep.
16 and a quarter, 16.5, now 16,750. 16.5 going once. Twice.
Yep.
16,750, 17,000, 17 and a quarter.
Yep.
17.5, you all done? I got 17.5, 17,750. 17.5 in the room. 17.5 going once. Twice. 17.5, 460. Backup bidder is online. On the next page, I got a bunch of these sold online and none of them are circled in the room, and I think there's probably people here for them just from looking around. I'm gonna go through them. Anybody here for 5517? 5518? No road access, I got it sold online. 5519? Okay. 5519. Weldon Drive, Marion Way. There's a pole barn on here. Looks to be in, well, two-car garage, I guess we'll call that. I've got a $1,700 bid online. I got 3 bidders that way already. Who wants to give me 2,000 bucks for that? 2,000 right there. Who wants to give me 25? 25, how about 3,000? 35, 4,000, 45, 5,000, 5,500. I got 5,000 with you. Anybody there want to give me 51? 5,000 right there going once. Twice. You bought it. 5,000 bucks for 27. My backup bidder. You already gone? They're already gone. Poof. What about 5520? Couple of them here and a bit online. We are told that the septic drain field for this unit may not be on the land. We have no way to verify that, yes or no. So you're buying it with that disclosure made. I've got a $1,500 bid online. Who wants to give me 16? 16. Anybody there want to give me 17? Oh, I'm at $2,300 online already. Gonna give me 24? Anybody at 24? 24. Anybody in the room at 2,500? I got 25 online.
Yep.
25, 26, 27,
Yep.
28, 29,
Yep.
$3,000, now 3,100. Ghosts. And then some. I got $3,000 in the room with you. Anybody want to give me $3,100?
Yep.
31 online, now 32. 3,200, 31 online. Anybody in the room at 3,200?
Yep.
2 online bidders watching that camera. We'll give them just a second to arm wrestle over this. We'll let you back in if you want back in when they are done. 3,200 is where it's at. 3,300 is where it's at. 3 online bidders. We'll let them run with it for just a second. Let you back in when they're done. It's approaching $4,000 with the online bidders. 2 of them still active. $4,000 and still going. If you're bidding online, hope you heard our disclosure about the septic field. We don't know where it is. You might have to move it around front or something. $4,500. And they're not done. Heading for 5,000. $4,900 is where it's at right now. 5,000 and still going. 2 online bidders. $5,500. Still moving. Heading for 6,000. What's that?
Pretty close, something's too quiet.
Yep, oh, I'm 5 minutes off. 6,100. Sold out. Are they still going? $6,100 is what I've got. 62 is what I need. They're not done yet. $6,500 and still bidding away. Heading for 7,000 and passed. $7,000 is where it's sitting right now. Anybody want to give me 7,100? 7,000 going once, twice. $7,000 online. Backup bidder online. Do I have a bidder here? And I'm sure that I do, for 5521. It's a 10-acre piece. Anybody in the room here for this? Couple of you. There was a big screw up here. This was sold with adjacent property. At some point in time, they got the paperwork all goofed up. Something got completely messed up. But the foreclosure's good. We are selling clear title to this property today. This is a 10-acre piece out Leroy Way. Title's good. I'm already at $19,500 with an online bidder. Who in the room wants to give me 20,000? Anybody here for that one at 20,000? What about 19,750?
20,000.
We got an online bidder that placed a bid in advance. I know how high that'll go, and I got a live bidder on that camera that's bidding too. So we'll see how high they want to go. We're north of $20,000 already. It's a 20 and a quarter. Anybody here want to give me 20 and a half? 20,500? Anybody? Over there, I got 20 and a half. 20,750.
Yep.
21 and a quarter.
Yep.
21 and a half. 21,750.
Yep.
22. 22 and a quarter.
Yep.
You gonna give me 23? 22 and a half. 22,750.
Yep.
Now 23. 23 and a quarter.
Yep.
23 and a half. 23,750.
Yep.
24,000. 24 and a quarter.
Yep.
You gonna give me 25? 24 and a half. 24 and a quarter is what I've got bid online. Anybody in the room at 24.5? 24.5, 24,750.
Yep.
25,000. 25 and a quarter.
Yep.
25 and a half. 25,750.
Yep.
26,000. Family conference. 26. 26 and a quarter. My advance bid online has expired. I got 26,000 over here. Anybody in the room at 26 and a quarter? What about live bidders online? 26,000 going once. Twice. That one's yours. 26,414. Backup bidder online. What about 5522? Anybody in the right there? Let's open that up, sell to him. 5522, I have 3 bids online for this one. We're out in Rose Lake Forest now. There are association fees and some rules and regulations you have to follow out there. I got $1,100 already bid online. I know how high they'll go. Gonna give me 1,200? Anybody in the room at 12? I got $1,100 online.
Yep.
Here we go. Advanced bidder and a live bidder. We'll give them a second here and see how high they want to take it. It's at $1,700 and hasn't slowed down yet. North of 2,000. $3,000 and still moving. We've got another one in the same neighborhood in a minute here. This one's at 3,100. Anybody there want to give me 32? $3,100 online, going once.
Yep.
They're not done yet. $3,300 online. Anybody at 34? They're not done yet. They wait bidding till I start talking, and then they bid. I've got $3,500 online. Anybody in the room at 36? 35 going once, twice. Sold it online, $3,500. The backup bidder also online. $55.23, also out in the Rose Lake area. Different subdivision, Leroy Way. I got $1,100 been online. Anybody in the room want to open that one up? Sure, you open it in. Okay, what about 55.24? Couple of you. This is 5 acres. Out near Sears. Used to be tillable land, could be again. Get your discs out there and get to work. $2,100 I've already got bid online. Who wants to give me 22? 22. Anybody in the room want to give me 2,300? 23 behind him. I got 22 with you. 23 online.
Yep.
24, 25,
Yep.
26, 27,
Yep.
28, 29.
Yep.
$3,000 now 31. 3,000 in the room.
Yep.
31, 32, 33,
Yep.
34, 35,
Yep.
3,600. Anybody want to give me 37?
4,000 online.
4,000 with a live bidder watching that camera now. 4,100 and 42.
Yep.
4,300 now 44. 43 in the room.
Yep.
44 online. 45 now $4,600. 4,500 going once.
Yep.
46, 47, 48, 49, 5,000, 51, 52, 6,000, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. You want to give me 7,000? What about 7,500? How about 8,000? 8,500? 9,000, 9,500, 96, 97, 98, 99, $10,000, 10 and a quarter. I got $10,000 with you. Anybody in the room at 10 and a quarter? 10,000 going once, twice. $10,000, 478. My backup bidder right here in front is 1153. $55.25. We have a bidder in the room for that one. That's 5 acres too. A couple of bidders right in the middle of the room. Let's open it up. $55.25, 5 acres, 2 parcels here. Wetlands indicators, maybe in an owners association for part of this. $2,600 already bid online. Gonna give you 27, either one of you? 27 back there, 28 online, 2,900, 29 in the room. Anybody wanna give me 3,000? $2,900 with the lady right there going once, 3,000 right there, now 31, 32, don't look at her, look at me. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, $4,000. You wanna give me 4,500? What about 5,000? 4,600. 45 with you, you scared him off. $4,500 going once. 45 going twice. You bought it, $4,500, $1,184. I gotta ask you, because you got the blue bid card and you got here late, you don't have any delinquent taxes in these counties, correct? She does not. My backup bidder is $1,153. Last page, flip it over. I don't have anything on that page circled in the room, but maybe you want one of them. Anybody here today for 5526? 5527? 5529? Couple of you. 5529. Out Sears Way in the Woods subdivision. Woods Lake is across the road. I've got $800 already bid online. He wants to give me $850. $850. Anybody there want to give me 9? I got $850 with you. 9 online. Yep. $9,500. Yep. Now 1,100. 1,100 in the room. Anybody want to give me 12? $1,100 going once. Twice. $1,100. 1,153. Backup bidder is online. No delinquent taxes, right? All right. Is there a bidder in the room for 5530? Parking lot, right downtown Everett, right behind the smokehouse. I got $1,400 bid for it online. Gonna give you 15, so your smokehouse. 15, 16. I got $1,500 in the room, need 16. 15 going once. Yep. 16 online with a live bidder now, 1,700 and 18. 17 in the room, going once, twice. $1,700, 326. Backup bidder is online. Anybody here today for 5532? Gotta tell you that if you buy this, you have to knock it down. No ifs, ands, or buts, no fancy paint jobs, no nothing. We'll consider that one unsold. We're gonna take a 5-minute break. We've got stuff that didn't sell. We've got stuff that had online bids. Nobody in the room wanted it. We're gonna offer that to the online bidders. You can come down front, sit in a chair and bid against them if you want to, but if you got anything else to do, it's probably a better use of your time. That's gonna be 5 minutes from now. Thanks for coming. We will be in Boyne Falls on Tuesday and Bay City on Wednesday. Thanks for coming. See you later. Bye.